mean, there is not.
Oh! Oh!
Welcome back to 1010's Car Reviews. Thank you so much for joining me, everyone. Today we have a 2019 LC500 fully loaded. That means sport package with the carbon fiber, dynamic handling package with the LSD, touring package with the Alcantara and Mark Levinson, and the all-weather package with all the heated stuff. Not to mention, this car has rear-wheel steering, which means that the back wheels move to give it a shorter turning radius so you can use it more nimbly in the city. From the red doors and seats, to the driving experience, to the insulation, this whole thing just feels super upscale. And it's got a backseat and a trunk, and a lot of power that goes straight to the rear wheels. Please explain to me why a $30,000 Jeep has an electric trunk, but this car at $100,000 does not. Alright, let's go whip this thing around. Alan's up first, I'm on deck.
Easy.
Oh, that's exciting. Oh, okay.
Oh.
That's very nice.
So guys, welcome to the what year is this?
2019.
2019. I don't know how to use the shifter.
At least you got to pull it towards yourself and then back.
There. Okay.
I'm going to.
The 2019 Lexus LC500, generously lent to us by a random Asian dude that Max came across when he was filling up his car.
I kind of saw the car and decided I'm filling up there today. Met him, really nice guy, goes to Colombia. I said, hey, I film reviews, if you'd ever let us take it out. He said, absolutely. Messaged him that night. He said it was an LC500 2019 fully loaded, which I believe you said comes with a few packages.
Yeah, so actually, like, let's just screw the packages for a second. I love this car. Like, I already love it.
We're going 12 miles an hour.
Already
this is the first time he's driven it.
Extremely biased towards liking it. Like, this review is not going to be at all unbiased. At least from my perspective.
Mine it will, I promise.
Because this car, since I was a fetus, has been my dream car. Actually, come to think of it, that's a bad reference because this car only came out a couple years ago.
Yeah, but you had a driving license as a fetus, and that's not an issue either.
Yes. But this car was made for me.
Tell me
Cars
why.
like the Jaguar F-Type.
Tell everyone why.
And then this two-door front-engine rear-drive GT with a naturally aspirated V8. Life doesn't get better than that.
No, it really doesn't.
And I think it's just because I feel like James Bond.
The sounds are amazing. So far, everything we've touched has been wonderful. The infotainment has been a little cumbersome, but other than that, every touch point is really nice, really intuitive, great materials. So you mentioned it was a GT. We're going pretty slow now. This is officially city driving, and the suspension has not been upset by anything.
No.
I mean, we are floating, which is interesting for a sports car, but when you think about this more like a GT,
Yeah.
it makes a lot of sense.
Exactly. Yeah, but I mean, I hopped into this car, which is literally like meeting your heroes kind of moment, and I feel like I'm already used to it.
So let's discuss a few things. Seating position?
Seating position is fantastic. You feel like you're in a Lambo but not to the point where you can't see out of it.
Yeah.
The one car I actually ever refused to drive was a Lamborghini Aventador.
Refused?
Because of that. Yeah, I refused to drive.
I'm not getting in that.
Because I could not see out of it.
That's honest, though. A lot of people won't admit that.
The turn indicator experience isn't particularly upscale.
Is it light and flimsy?
Yes.
But then when you touch this, I'm sure it's great. This, I'm gesturing to the gear. I'm sorry, the mode indicator, the mode selector.
Mode selector. Yeah. I mean, the shifter's also from a Prius. Now, I highly doubt this car is making them much profit.
I would agree.
But that's what happens when you have someone like Akio Toyota, who's a guy that actually races his old Supra on the Nürburgring.
He's a car guy.
Takes over a brand that could be argued as one of the most bland and
it's the real car of the people. I mean, Toyota's the biggest automaker in the world. They sell more cars because they sell hundreds of thousands of them to like a city.
These paddles are, I believe, magnesium. From a purely driving standpoint, if you're not interacting with the vehicle's electronics in any way, it's fantastic. I mean,
you got two of these and they're both really firm.
Yeah, that's for Max to hold on to his dear life too. It's the only grip he has on life right now. Everything's very ergonomic right up until you interact with the infotainment, which I don't think we need to talk about it all that much, because if you've seen any video on any Lexus product from this era, you know it's bad.
It sucks.
Alright, now that we're on the FDR and we're going a little faster, let's test out the paddles. Wow, this car sounds exotic.
We're not playing any music.
Wow. Wow.
That's so nice.
I mean, I'm not surprised because I know that this car sounds good. But I
thought it was another car. Like, wow.
I mean, this does a better job of being an American muscle car than a Mustang, I'd say.
I actually kind of like that. This thing is not known for handling. It's known for having an awesome amount of power and a really satisfying transmission.
But that's exactly what I like about it. Is in today's day and age, everyone is trying to chase lap times.
That's an impressive sound. What motor is it?
Sport S. So there's two tiers of sport modes. There's Sport S and the Sport S Plus.
Okay.
It's a very Japanesey thing to do.
Is that a traction control difference?
I don't know.
Usually that's
I don't
the
know.
differences. I don't know how they started. That I didn't feel. I just feel
The gearbox could be a bit more responsive.
So suspension's good. It's a four-wheel independent suspension.
For God's sake.
Not a good time. Richard, we can't do that right now.
Why not?
S3 is secondary. No offense. Okay, so that's cool. Let's talk about what the setup is here. We have 471 horsepower, 398 pound-feet of torque, all going to the rear wheel. Zzz.
Yes, wheels.
Yeah, 10-speed automatic.
But a 5-liter V8.
5-liter V8. I'll redo that.
Just 5-liter V8.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
5 liters, 8 cylinders, no turbo, no supercharger, nothing. Pure Japanese soju muscle. I don't like Lexus as a brand, but this car is so good. I mean, before I've gotten the chance to drive it, yeah.
So he's pretty partial to German. I drive German.
I'm not partial to German. I just think I generally, my principles align with German engineering more so. And this is not a lazy American V8 by any means. This is quite an exquisite V8 that revs to...
We don't know yet.
I mean...
High.
Very high.
We're gonna find out, don't you worry. When you get behind this, the question is, do you calibrate yourself more as a sports car or more as a GT? We've heard a lot of theories about that. We're gonna find out for ourselves how we feel that we should think about this car to make ourselves happy. So this is a bit of a classier vehicle. The intended market is very confusing for this. It's either for someone that should retire but refuses to, They probably live in Boca, smooth roads. They want to get around in this. They have kids in the house, something like that. The other option, which in Tonyu's situation, was that he didn't want a 911 with his 100K budget because everybody has a 911. But then you end up with issues. Do I think of this as equal to a 911? Is it just different? Is it more of a cruiser?
I mean, I just think this is one of those cars that's so unique. It's not an accidental choice. I mean, that guy must go home and this is
do
YouTube,
great
never
things.
mind. Yeah.
And do great things.
Do
they go
great,
home and they make a lovely
things.
meal and they get their homework done and they go to bed early. Starts at 96 if you were to get a new one.
Yeah.
In-cabin experience, very quiet.
I mean, we're driving in stop and go traffic, and this car is just gliding through all the little imperfections on the road.
Yeah.
It also has rear wheel steering, which comes part with the performance package. Slip road here, it's a good chance for us to test out firsthand how the car handles. Alright. It is on summer tires, so the owner did warn us to not go crazy.
Just, first. Yep. Yeah. Gotta warm it up. Rear wheel drive, easy to overwhelm. This car is known for being able to get sideways on demand, which is something that we absolutely adore in cars. Personally, I know it's not for everybody, but you and I are very set on that.
I mean, to be fair, yeah, I mean, it's been 5 minutes. I think we should end the review right here. There's no point of talking about anything else other than the fact that this car is fantastic. The full sport S Plus. Okay, the traction control is still cutting in.
Moving and they have some heat. Really sure. You feel really confidence inspiring at this speed.
Wow. Yeah. I can feel, I mean, I don't think Max can, but I can feel the rear diff working exactly how it should. Hence why, I mean, I didn't see any sort of traction control invasion on the dash. Cool. Which tells me that the mechanical grip is definitely there.
It's still a JDM car. It's gonna do that. This is beautiful.
It has such a range of intoxicating noises. It's not just one noise.
No. That was a different octave, those two. The overrun's nice, and it's very different from your typical boring pop overrun.
Yeah, but
It's meaty.
I really gotta
Find a way to get one of
I'm
these.
shamelessly prostituting myself. Getting on my knees. Anything to have this car. Alright,
Now for your unbiased review.
yeah, basically. That pulls pretty.
It like becomes too much too quick. It's just like, now I have to manage this. Stay behind us. So some of the things that they changed in this model were steering. We talked about it's a bit numb. It's quicker, supposedly, than the 2018. And that was a big request that was fulfilled, but in result, it's very numb. The suspension is very glidey, so you don't get a lot of feedback that way either. I don't really like wear of the front wheels, so I'm not really worried about that, but you don't get a ton of feedback from driving this car. But that's not the biggest deal.
I don't think feedback is what they designed the car to be. It's supposed to be direct.
Quite a shake, and we lost it. It holds the line very well,
Yeah.
for what it is, but that's not LSD putting in work, for sure. Can't see too well here, so I'm gonna slow down. I don't know what's louder, that or you. It's almost hard to drive this in a jerky way, but
I almost I forgot to bang this car off the Rev Limiter because I'm so used to cars not doing that I completely forgot that that's one of the best things about this car is when you bang it off the Rev Limiter.
that was nice. Those noises were so dope.
It's exotic,
For sure.
and it's way more exotic than what a car that costs $100,000 needs to be.
Yes.
These cars are getting expensive nowadays. I mean, you can get a Honda up to like the high 50 range.
Yeah.
So,
I'm guessing that's the Prologue or whatever.
I mean, you can get a fully loaded Pilot for that.
Yeah. Alright, I don't know why we're talking about Hondas in this. Competition.
There isn't.
Okay, competition. You could go get an F-Type. You could go get a 911.
See, the
That's
F-Type is an
mentioning.
interesting thing. I'd actually liken the, the F-Type is a pure two-seater. So I wouldn't say they're competitive in terms of size, but in terms of feel, I think they are quite similar in that they're all very muscular two-door GTs, rear-wheel drive, V8, although the Jag is supercharged, but still relatively.
Let's not forget about the noises that the F-Type makes until this generation, which sucks. think that it is like tastefully delivered, though. It's not like
It's very
frightening.
linear.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying you can floor it everywhere, because it's so predictable.
It's pretty dope, man. I don't know a lot of sports cars, period, GTs, period, or cars this nice that you can just go over a pothole. That's amazing.
And these are 21-inch wheels.
These are 21-inch wheels.
And this car doesn't have air suspension.
Nope, it's a simple car,
Yeah.
but it's a good car. And that there's a lot that's good about that, because that means that there's a few complications that can occur. Yeah. Fewer. You got a heads-up display that's very nice, which you probably saw from Alan's. I didn't notice from the passenger because the angle is different. It's cool. It's cool. You got a snow mode, but in all these rear-wheel drive cars, snow mode is what, just a lower gear. This has an LSD, so maybe it's, you know, a little slip-averse. But it's a really, really special thing. I wish I had more time in this car. If you're considering this car, I think you should go try to find one. Pricing wise, not going to be easy, but you want this car in your garage.
Alright, you're neutral, banging off the limiter. That was nice.
That was nice.
That was nice.
The LC500 is a special car. Not only is it cushy, but it's powerful, enthusiastic, and classy. It doesn't handle with precision, so it's not going to be your go-to for chasing lap times, but it's fun to drift when you have wide open space. When you're done spinning the rear wheels, you can throw on some NPR and take a quiet cruise home while your passenger takes a nap. If you have kids or a smaller pet, they can come along for the ride too. Lexus went for the understated look here, but when you see one out in the wild, you can't help but double take because they're scarce and they're for those in the know. Even with the addition of the differential and rear-wheel steering, the LC500 leans more towards luxury than sports car handling. In other words, this is a GT you can have fun with when you want to. Well, for half the year anyway. Spec'd out like this with all the bells and whistles, it's still a second car. Come winter, you'll need to hop into your Range Rover, 7 Series, or Panamera. If you want to go understated, go with this. If you want to go raucous, go with the Jag. If you want to go precise, go with the 911. And that's pretty much it. I'm Max.
And I'm Alan.
Thanks for watching 1010's Car Reviews.
See you on the next one.